Hello, it's Alex and welcome to Hey Little Thrifter. Today I'm going to be talking about everything I thrifted in August. There are a few items of clothing, a ton of books, no big surprise there, and a few videotapes. So if you want to only look at the books, then I'll leave a timestamp down below if you want to just skip ahead, but otherwise I'm going to start with the clothes. I'll start off with the boring item, which is a pair of denim shorts. They're not very exciting, but I was looking for a pair of denim shorts. I found a pair. I was very happy. These were from a red, white and blue thrift store, and these were labelled at $4.99, but they were 50% off. So they were only $2.50, which was a real bargain. These are from Gap and they are called the Sexy Boyfriend Shorts. I don't even know what that means. I do know that they're super comfy. I have already been wearing them a ton this month, so this was a really good find. I'm really glad I got these. They're just a really light wash denim, and then they've just got a bit of a frayed hem. Yeah, super comfy, great purchase. I think it was on the same trip to Red, White and Blue. I saw this really cool coat and it's pretty amazing. So it's got this like faux fur leopard collar, it's got it on the cuffs as well. It's just pretty amazing, and I'd seen this on the same trip and I took a photo of it, put it on Instagram, just like this was amazing. And once I got home I was like, why didn't I even try that on? Why didn't I buy it? It's like, what is wrong with me? And anyway, ended up later in the month going back to that store and I spotted that it was still there. So I thought, oh well, I guess I'll try it on while I'm here. It probably isn't even going to fit me, but I really liked how it fits. This is, I'm assuming vintage because of the label. It's from a brand called Havoc, which is pretty amazing. And it says made in USA, which is a good indicator that it's probably a bit of an older piece of clothing, but it's in excellent condition. And yeah, this is a size small. It is, I think, you know, meant to have a little bit of an oversized look, especially with these epaulettes on the shoulders that kind of carry on beyond the shoulder itself onto the arm. And yeah, I just love this. It was really, really cool. And at the moment, the weather is super hot. We had like a cool few days last week, which was really nice, and then we've got a heat wave again. So I'm actually kind of over it. I'm waiting for autumn already, and yeah, I guess waiting for the time of year when I can actually wear this. I'm looking forward to it. And this was labelled at $12.99. and that was 50% off as well, so it was only $6.50, which I thought was a real steal. So yeah, I was really pleased to find this one. Then later in the month I went to another Red, White and Blue location and got a couple of things there. And first up is, oh look, it's another bit of leopard print. I am so utterly predictable, but I just can't help myself. And this is this really awesome Angora mix jumper. It's got a V-neck, and this is from Michael Kors, and this was labelled at $7.99, but it was 50% off, so it was only $4, $3.99, whatever it was. So yeah, a real good bargain, and this is super soft and comfy. I really like how it fits, and I am again looking forward to some cooler weather so I can wear it. And then last up for the clothes, I got a cape, and it was labelled at $3.99, and this colour tag that day was not 50% off, so I figured $3.99 was a pretty good deal for a cape, you know. This is just a kind of a thin, it's probably, you know, a Halloween costume, but it's in excellent condition. You know, maybe someone wore it once for Halloween and then that was it. But I just thought it was really cool. Surprisingly, I actually don't have a cape in my wardrobe. It feels like something I should have for any occasion, really. And it does have a hood, and it just ties at the neck. So yeah, that was the last for the clothes. Now on to the books. I got The Hawkline Monster by Richard Brautigan. And I picked this up from a local library book sale. It was 50 cents. And first off, the title caught my eye. I thought that sounds interesting. I really love this cover art. And then it says it's a gothic western, which also had me intrigued. And then at the bottom here it says the best-selling author's wildly imaginative novel about a mansion, a monster, and a magic child. So yeah, I've never heard of this author before, Richard Brautigan. If you've read anything by him, let me know. But yeah, this one just had me all sorts of intrigued. So I don't know if I'm going to get to it anytime soon, if I'm honest, but one of these days I'm gonna pick it up and give it a go. Then I went to another thrift store. I think it's just called American Thrift. I got a couple of books there. First up is Night Shift by Stephen King. This is a short story collection and one that I've actually been keeping an eye out for a little while, so I was pleased to stumble upon this one. It's just an older paperback. It does have this rather moody portrait on the back, and this was 99 cents, but it was half off. And then the other one I picked up from the same store is The Mailman by Bentley Little. This is a horror novel, if you couldn't tell, and I think it's about a town where some strange things are starting to happen involving the mailman. It just looks like a lot of fun, and this was 99 cents too, but half off. So basically I got the two books for 99 cents, which is a great bargain. My husband and I were at American Thrift, and there's another store not a million miles from there. I think it's called Glassport Thrift something. I had a look at the books, and one of the first things I saw was The Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum, and I was already familiar with this artwork, so I recognised it immediately. So I believe this must be an early edition, if not, you know, a first printing. It's not in the greatest condition, and they wrote the price on it here. I don't know how you're supposed to get that off, if at all, but I was still really pleased to find this, and this was half off as well, so it was only 49 cents, which I was, yeah, pretty stoked about. The only problem with finding it was that I then got excited that I'd stumbled upon some horror treasure trove, but this was literally the only one. And then I bought a few books online. I bought some used books through Amazon, through the different sellers on there. I had part of a Amazon gift card left over, and I thought, why not, let's just go ahead and spend it. So yeah, maybe not technically thrifted, but they're secondhand, so I think it still falls within the same kind of world. So I bought 4 books. They're all by women horror authors, and they're ones that have been on my radar for some time. They've been on my kind of ever-growing TBR list, and recently in the month of August there was a Bookstagram Instagram challenge called Ladies of Horror Fiction. If you want to check that out, there's a hashtag Ladies of Horror Fiction, and there's also an account under that name. So yeah, definitely go check that out. That was the first ever real Bookstagram thing I had done. It was the first, you know, like challenge I'd done where there's a theme for the month, this one being women in horror fiction, and there is a different prompt for each day for you to kind of interpret as you want and post a bookish related photo. So I kind of decided to do that at the last minute and just thought, let's see if I can make this happen, and it was a lot of fun. It was really nice to try and get a bit creative with, you know, some of my photos, which isn't something I have really done before, and yeah, it was great to start interacting with a bunch more people on there, so that was really cool. So yeah, definitely go check that out. I will leave a link down below. Anyway, long story, where was I going? Yeah, so that spurred me on to pick up some of these ladies in horror fiction that have kind of been on my list for some time. I thought, let's just do this now, why not? I have some of my gift card left over, let's spend it. So finally, first up is White is for Witching by Helen Oyeyemi. This is a neo-gothic story set in England. I don't know too much about it, honestly, but I don't really want to know too much more. I just want to go in and find out about it for myself. I have seen quite mixed reviews though, so I'm intrigued to see how I like it. And I've also heard comparisons to Shirley Jackson, so yeah, I am intrigued about this one. Next up is Security by Gina Walsdorf, and this I believe falls somewhere within the thriller / horror category, and it's about a like state-of-the-art hotel resort that's about to be opened, and it has all of this super high-tech security, and things go wrong. I think people start getting killed. Sounds like a pretty good premise to me, and it's called Manderley Resort, so I assume there is some reference to Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, because Manderley was the name of the house in that book. This one I think only came out a couple of years ago, so it's a more recent one, and I haven't really heard much about it, so I am looking forward to checking it out. Then we have a couple of 90s horror books, which, if I'm honest, are the ones I'm kind of the most excited about. So first up is The Between by Tananarive Due, and this was her first novel, and it's about a couple. The wife is, I think, in politics, and the husband is starting to have really strange dreams which seem to leak into his real life. And yeah, again, don't know too much, but I'm excited for this one. And I also got The Pillow Friend by Lisa Tuttle. This is about a girl, I think a teenager, who starts to kind of have like imaginary friends, and she finds them much more interesting than real life people. And again, that's kind of all I needed to know. That sounds brilliant. So I'm looking forward to this one too. The tagline for this is perfect friend, perfect companion, perfect lover. Her dream come true was a perfect nightmare. Yes, I'm here for it. And then my last shopping trip was to a Half Price Books store. I'd never been to one of that chain before, and they actually had a really decent horror selection, so I did go home with a few things. I did share a vlog video about my little trip there if you want to check it out. I will leave it linked below. First up is Scream Queen by Edo van Belkom. This is about 6 contestants who are auditioning to be the Scream Queen in a horror film, and things start going wrong, people start getting killed off, and it sounds like a lot of cheesy fun. Night Runners by Michael Sarayan. I hope you can see just how awesome this cover is. It's really, really cool, and honestly the main reason I bought it. This is about Tommy, who is investigating his brother's murder, and the more he kind of delves into it, the more strange things he uncovers, and more bodies start turning up. And also it has a character called Mandy Cronenberg, so I can only assume that's a reference to the fantastic horror film director David Cronenberg. Next is A Lower Deep by Tom Piccirilli. This is about necromancers, demons, covens, black arts, and creepy clowns apparently. Yeah, sounds brilliant. Last up of the books is The Ghost Stories of Edith Wharton. I've never read anything by her, but I am intrigued to give this collection a go. This also has some illustrations in here, which is really cool. If I can find another one. That looked like it was one, but it was not. Here's one. I think this will be a good one to read in the autumn or winter. And last up, wow, I actually had a lot more stuff than I realised this month. Anyway, I got a few videotapes also from that trip to Half Price Books. I got Switchblade Sisters, The Phantom of the Opera, The Haunting, and Aliens. I was really pleased with my finds from Half Price Books. I had a 15% off coupon, so I think those 4 books and 4 videos came to around $15 total, I think. So I thought that was really good. So finally, that was everything I thrifted in August. Let me know if you've read any of these books or seen any of these films. Let me know what you thought about them. If there's one that you think I should pick up sooner rather than later, let me know. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Bye!